I will often have people ask, Donnie, why have you not found your guy yet? And I normally respond to that question by saying, well, I just haven't found the right one yet. I've had people accuse me of being too picky. I've had people tell me that I'm too prudish or too old-fashioned, that when it comes to relationships and dating, I should have been born in an entirely different era. And I guess, I mean, the latter especially may be true because I get very weary of how fast-paced relationships are nowadays, especially gay relationships. If you're with a guy for like 2 years in gay time, that's like a decade. Because a lot of gay relationships are very high-paced, they're very heated, you get into the hot and heavy quickly, and all the emotional stuff comes later. And of course, being closer to 30, I've gone through all of that stuff, and I'm at the point in my life where I want something more concrete, and I've developed a significant emotional awareness, but finding that compatibility is extremely difficult, and I've had many situations where I've been like, Donnie, well, just settle for the guy who wants you sexually, or settle for the guy that drops I love you on the first date, or settle with the guy who is emotionally absent or emotionally abusive, because at this point in your life that's all you're going to get. And I think that that type of mentality is very ingrained, especially in gay men, because we spend so much time trying to feel something, and that something just being a sexual something, because we crave something, because we spend so much of our lives not experiencing anything, that we disregard all of those other significant, important emotions that need to be acknowledged and need to be cultivated. And I see countless gay men that are getting about my age who are single, and they're like, you know, damn, I'm single, I've gone through all of this stuff, I know what I want now, but there are so many other men who have not reached that type of emotional awareness within themselves. So those types of individuals still want that quick sexual fix. They don't want to cultivate anything else. I seem to frequently attract guys who just want the sexual relations, or the guys who want more of the polyamorous type of relationship, whether they want it as a form of, new and exciting thing, or they want it because they prefer having more of an open relationship. That's totally cool. If they choose that, that's fine. I've been there in my life. I've done that. But of course, I realize that, I want something a little bit more monogamous and a little bit more emotionally invested. But I've gotten to the point that it's kind of made me really numb. I look back at myself when I was like 18 years old and I just came out. Whenever a guy would compliment me or a guy would demonstrate interest in me, I would fall head over heels. I'd be like, you love me, don't you? You want to marry me? Romance. And I still love romance. I'm just very much more paced and focused than I used to be. I think people need to make an effort for each other, and if it jumps into the sexual realm of things or anything else too quickly, that really kills emotions for me, because whenever it immediately jumps into that, I'm always like, what's the catch? Or I'm always like, well, I guess this is the extent of the emotional connection, right? That quick fix. And it's a very complex and difficult thing, because how does one navigate that? I feel like internalized male mentalities and emotions, since they're so unaddressed, a lot of us don't know how to deal with them, and because of that, we don't really want to create anything solid with one another. And I think that's sad, and I'm sure there are people out there who would disagree and argue against what I just said, and that's totally fine. But in my experience, that is what I've come to realize. And I guess my question is, how do we fix that problem? How do we overcome that? And I truthfully think that the only way to do it is by talking about it, and that's why I'm making this video. I really think that a lot of gay men at my age are feeling this, like videos I've done before, this epidemic of gay loneliness because of this kind of internalized backlog of emotions that we've not faced, and now that we are facing them, we don't either know how to handle them, or we don't know how to find someone else who has also reached our same level of emotional awareness, I guess. I hope that makes sense. It's late, I'm exhausted, I'm probably just blabbing at this point. Anyway, if you found this something that you could relate to, it doesn't matter if it's LGBT related or if, you were in a heterosexual relationship or anything like that, share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find that this video might help someone, share it. And also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. If you visit my outro portion of my video, you'll be able to see links to playlist and a button in the middle that'll allow you to subscribe. So, thank you guys, and you have a good night.